Hey friends, Megan Magnetized here. Welcome to this video. Today I want to talk to you about how to get more visible in your videos and just online so that people are magnetized to you and so that people reach out to you versus you having to do all the outreach and relationship building. Caveat, I do believe in relationship building and selling and outreach, but I just want to give you an idea of how people start coming to you. It's like this magical thing, this attraction marketing thing. So if you're there live, say hi, let me know. You can drop a 1 down below in the comments if you're watching right now. Drop a 2 down below if you're watching the replay. Say where you're coming in from, what city, what town, what country. I'm just outside of Toronto, Canada. Forgive me if I talk funny. I literally just burned the top of my mouth. I had something, you know when you're so excited for something that you're cooking? And so I was literally cooking these vegan fake chicken things. I know, kind of gross, but they had this really good mandarin orange sauce, and I was cooking them along with this fake sausage patty. I know it sounds like the weirdest thing, but it was just so tasty. And I was literally hovering over the oven while I was cooking them, and I was like, I want one now, and I just like burned my tongue and the top of my mouth. So there you go. And I knew I was gonna do it. You know when you know you're gonna do something, but you do it anyway. That was me today. So I want to talk about magnetizing people to you, getting that attractive factor that so that people reach out to you, that people message you, that people sign up for calls with you, that people book to work with you without you doing all the outreach and you having to essentially do all the work, do all the heavy lifting. And I think it's so important because a lot of people come to me to teach them sales, right? And of course, people don't often know what is the sales process, what is a sales strategy, what is a sales plan, what's the difference between marketing, selling, all these different things. And it really is about understanding that selling often it could actually be right from the beginning. At the same time, it can also be on the phone call, right? Selling people on the phone call, but it can also be in your copy. And it can also be in the way you're presenting your brand online. So there's some, like I'll just go back into when I had my sales career. There were some sales jobs where I literally had to start from the beginning with a cold lead and find a lead and do my own lead generation until I sold them, right? And I was in sales doing that, from found the lead and then upsell the lead. Or there were some jobs where I would have a marketing team do the marketing for me. The leads would come to me, and then I would have to build a relationship with them, do the presentation with them, and sell them, and maybe then upsell them. But in terms of online business, it really is up to you how you structure your business, whether you're outsourcing people to put your content out there, whether you're outsourcing people to do the copywriting for you, the branding for you, right? When you have your own business or when you're creating your online business and online brand, there's a lot of different areas that you need to be aware of and start learning about, right? So you've got your website, you've got your branding, the way you put your posts out there, you have, your how to actually put them out there, what social media apps to use, and that kind of thing, and the content writing itself. And it can seem overwhelming at first, what you're going to be doing and how much you have to be doing at the beginning. But once you start understanding the elements that it takes to calling clients and really understand what the type of posts you need to put out, how much content you have to be, and you get yourself on a marketing schedule of knowing what you're putting out and when, it becomes a lot easier to refine your content and refine your messaging and the way you show up so that people are attracted to you, okay? So I really find that in the beginning, it may seem a lot harder to get clients attracted to you without you doing outreach. It could be that you have a smaller audience. It could be that you don't have as a big network. And so you are really going out there to tell people about your business. You are being that person that's constantly saying, hey, this is me, this is my business. Let me tell you about me, right? But eventually, when you start promoting yourself more and you start putting your marketing out there, people are going to start paying attention, even if they're not posting on your content or posting comments on your content or liking your content. If you have a consistent amount of content going out, people will start reaching out to you. And also, specifically more, if your content resonates with people and if you really speak to that ideal client that you want to call in, that's when your content starts working. So it does take a bit of time, but you can start making it work for you if you know exactly who you want to be talking to. And so getting visible online and getting people to come to you and reach out to you and book calls with you is really about your consistency level in terms of your marketing, wherever you market. You don't have to do all the platforms, but you do have to be consistent on platforms so people start seeing you there all the time. And obviously you have to be talking to people in the way that they feel that resonates with them, right? So let me give you an example of what happens when you're not consistent. And this is something that I went through a lot in the early stages of my business because so many different reasons. I felt like I wasn't writing enough content. I didn't know what to say. I didn't really have my ideal client. I didn't really know exactly who to be speaking to. I got writer's block. I was like, oh, do I have to put this post out? Everybody else is saying the same thing. So what happens is when you have the mind drama, that's when it takes over and it stops you from being consistent. And really, if you don't quit, if you keep going and if you're consistent enough, people are going to recognizing you for what you do for a living. They're going to start realizing, oh, this is a sales coach, or oh, she's a life coach, or oh, that person's a health coach, or oh, that person consults on this kind of content, right? But you have to constantly be telling people that. You also have to be constantly putting your offers out there. So eventually that person's going to hear you 7, 10, 20 times before they're ready to buy. And I know this is true because so many people say to me, oh, I've been watching your videos for like a long time. I've been seeing your posts and now I'm just ready to talk to you about this, right? And it's the same thing with coaches I've worked with is I usually sign up for coaches after I've really been in their world for a long time. And I've been watching their content, reading their stuff. I'm not going to necessarily sign up with someone if I've seen 5 posts. Or if I've seen 1 or 2 videos. Now, granted, if I see 5 posts or 1 or 2 videos for them, and then I go and binge their content, that's a different story. That happens quite a lot, right? So you need that bingeable content. So if someone lands on your page, how are you looking on the outside for someone that just comes to your page or whatever social media page you want people to see your content on? You have to make sure that's a reflection of that consistency, a reflection of that professionalism. And also have content that they can binge on. Because if they come to your page and you've just done 1 Facebook Live or 1 post or whatever it is, 1 IGTV video, then they're going to say, well, I guess I want to wait to see more. What else do they have to offer? What other value do they have to give? So yes, someone might land on your page, and if you have lots of content that they can binge, they might be ready to buy the next day or that day. That's 100% true. That's happened for me where I've landed on someone's page, their Instagram or their Facebook, or gone into their Facebook group, and I've seen 1 piece of their content, and then I look at all their other stuff, and then it gives me that confidence. But the thing is oftentimes those people have been consistent in their content so that you can binge their content. And so I want you to always think of, number 1, do I have a place where people can go to binge my content, to really go and watch your content, read about you, read your content, really get to know you so that when they land in your page, they might just be meeting you, but they can actually get to know you deeper? Or do you have bingeable content, content that's interesting, content that's relevant to that person, so that they watch more than one video because they think how you're speaking or what you're saying is actually helpful and useful for them. And they say, oh, that video is great, I'm gonna watch another one, right? So you do have to give some sort of value in the videos. It's not just like, here's a picture of me with my kids, or here's a picture of me with my dog, right? That's great content too, because that gives you personality and people get to know, you know, other elements of you. But I think it's really important that you give them content that you know that they want, and that you know that's important to them, and that they need, and that they're getting value from, and they're going away from that content feeling lifted up, or they're feeling like, oh, I can implement that, right? And so that's basically it. Like, that is essentially how to become magnetic, is really being visible on specific social media platforms, making sure you choose which ones you want to be on. You don't have to be on all of them. You know, that can be overwhelming. Maybe choose one or two, or maybe choose one at the beginning and just get consistent on them with really good content. So that just always think of, if someone were to land on my Facebook page, or in my Facebook group, or in my Instagram, would they see crickets, or would they see content that they could binge on? And is it content that is valuable to the ideal client that I want to reach? Now, one thing I want to talk about visibility, and you might say, yeah, okay, that's you know, it seems easy. I just put my content out there, no problem. But everybody can feel blocked. Everybody can feel self-conscious about putting content out, and it's not something that once you do it once, it's like super simple, right? I guess what I'm saying is, like, I've been able to put out content for a long time, and I have someone that like posts the content for me, but I still sometimes feel awkward putting content out, and sometimes I get nervous when I put content out. Today I was choosing a photo to go with a post, and I need to do another photo shoot because my photos are, you know, from, I think, 2 falls ago, like not last September, but the September before, because we've been in COVID. And so I'm just like, oh, like, people have seen these photos before. I mean, I look pretty much the same, but I'm still feeling like, oh, they've seen these photos before, they're gonna like remember them, and I want new photos, right? But I haven't got a photo shoot booked just because of COVID, and just haven't done it, right? And so like, even that little insecurity almost prevented me from posting a post, right? Imagine thinking, oh, I don't have a good photo to go with this. And so, like, all these little things can trip you up. Not having a good picture that you like. It could be thinking, last night I wrote a piece of content, and then usually what I do is I write a piece of content, and then I don't post it right away. I actually archive my content. So I have a sheet in my Google Docs that literally has all my posts numbered. And so then I can choose when to put those different numbered posts out. I put them in my Trello, and then my virtual assistant pushes them out onto different social media platforms. But I number my posts so that I don't always post the same content. And so I wrote a new post, and I put it in my content archive, like post number, whatever it was. And I like to write the content, and then maybe the next day look at the piece of content just to make some tweaks to it, just to maybe double check the grammar, or say, can I make it more powerful? Can I make this message even stronger than the way I wrote it the night before or the day before? So I always like to do that. I always like to write the content one day and then just re-look at it one more time before I post it, or before I put it in my archive to be posted. And even yesterday's content that I wrote, I was kind of inspired to write this piece of content. And today I looked at it, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I was so like, this is a great piece of content. And today I was kind of like, it's okay, it's not the best. But instead of scrapping it, instead of judging myself for today's thoughts about it versus yesterday when I was fired up and writing it and in alignment and excited about writing this piece, I didn't I didn't say, oh, like, listen to today's judgment about it. I just copy edited a little bit and put it out, right? And I think that can be so easily done, where you write something and it doesn't seem good enough, or it doesn't seem as good as another piece of content. And that's okay, right? You're gonna get better, and some days you're gonna be better at writing content than other days. One more thing I wanted to mention too is worrying about what people think. So 2 weekends ago, I went to my cottage with a group of my friends, right? A group of my friends. Some of them are from high school, and some of them are friends that I've known since high school. And maybe they went to different high schools, but we hang out together. And one of my friends, who we have a same high school friend, well, a lot of us had this friend, and I was close to her in high school, actually. And she said, oh, have you seen what so-and-so has been posting? Interesting, like, take a look. So, of course, we went to go to this person. Oh, I said, oh, no, I haven't. Let me look, right? So, you know, I went to her name, and I was deleted as a friend of hers. And it put me in a little bit of a spin out, I'm not gonna lie, because I felt like I was closer friends than this other friend was. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that she deleted me as a friend on Facebook. What did I do? And then instead of thinking, oh, she maybe did it by mistake, they all said, she probably did it by mistake. I'm like, no, she didn't do it by mistake, because you can easily, whenever you delete someone, it says, are you sure? Which I'm pretty sure it says, are you sure, right? Anyway, whatever, who knows? I'm sure she maybe called her Facebook and looked at people she hadn't talked to in a long time, and I hadn't talked to her in a long time. It is true. But I didn't think, I maybe saw her a couple years ago, but I didn't think me, who haven't talked to her in so long, was worthy of being deleted off her Facebook. So I was like, I can't believe it. I can't believe she deleted me. And then I immediately went to, I know why. It's because I put so much content out. It's because I know it. I know it's because I put all these posts on my Facebook. It's annoying. I do all those professional brand shoots, and she's probably looking at that and reading them, and she probably hates it. And I would just like went into this little spin out of why I thought this person deleted me off Facebook. And I mean, obviously it wasn't going to stop me from putting more content out, but all these things can happen, right? And when you get visible, is people will delete you. People will be like, block, I don't want to see your content. And the only thing that you can do is, obviously you can, you know, drink your tea or cry a little bit. I mean, I didn't cry, but maybe I did. Did I? I think I cried about something else that weekend. You can be upset about it for a little bit, but at the end of the day, you have to realize that you're doing something that is coming from your heart. The message that I'm putting out there is true to me. And if she doesn't like it, she doesn't like it. She's not my ideal client. And what are you going to do, right? Like, I know that I put a lot of content out there that does flow through me, and that can be... Hi, Mo. My friend that was there that weekend is watching. So even like, not everyone's going to be vulnerable and visible and putting themselves out there online like you are. And so it's brave in a sense. I mean, not brave in terms of, there's so many braver things to do than write a post and put it on Facebook or Instagram. Let's be honest, it's not the bravest thing you could ever do, but it is necessary if you're trying to build a business. It's necessary if you're trying to get an audience and followers who want to read your content and learn about what you do, and maybe that you can help them, right? So all these things is the best way to be magnetic in your content and to have clients come to you is really, honestly, be consistent at it, write good content, and not worry about people who aren't your ideal clients, who might delete you or who don't want to hear about you. That is going to happen. You're going to have lovers and haters. You're going to have people that love your content and support you. And I even say to my friends, you don't have to like all my posts, you don't have to love all my posts, just support me, right? Just support that I'm going to do a lot of content on my page, and if it goes by your page and you're like, there's another one of Megan. Even one of my good friends, she's like, those pictures though, I don't like those type of pictures. I'm like, okay, noted. I probably won't use those pictures anymore. They're so cute. They're like, these are the ones I like, and these are the ones I'm not sure about, of those brand photos that you have. And I'm like, awesome. It's actually nice when they actually care and they want to give you like feedback. That's nice feedback. They're not saying don't do your business. They're saying, hey, this is how you could tweak it, right? Versus deleting you off the actual app. So that's all I have for today. Is really, it does take a bit of mindset to continually come up with content and put yourself out there every single day and be consistent and remind people, hey, I'm here, work with me. Hey, you know, book a call with me. But it is worth it, and that's when you're going to attract people through to you. And I do find that when I do a really good post, oftentimes I will get people like immediately after a post. I had that on this really good post a couple months back where it was like a very powerful post. I felt like the energy writing the post, I felt really good in it, and I was like, this is a good post, this is good, you know, when something's really good. And I literally had someone, like more than one person like write me after saying how great it was. And then oftentimes you might put a post out and it's a really good post, and it'll only like be a couple months later that the accumulation of posts or content that you're putting out is going to reap the rewards, right? So you might say this is a great post, but it doesn't mean that that specific post is going to get you clients or attract in calls. It's really the accumulation of posts and content that you're putting out, so that when that right ideal client comes to your page, comes to your social media place, that then they're like, oh, that's interesting, and then they start binging your stuff. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're interested in coaching with me or getting on a call with me, feel free to do so. I would love to talk to you. I'm really a specialist in mindset, sales, and marketing. Those are my jam. I love to work with people to help them get clients, to help them make their message and their voice sound like them and be real and authentic in their sales process. It's something that I love to do. I am also a writer and filmmaker at heart. And so, playing with words and being able to be confident in your power and how you speak to other people is something that we also work on to help you get even more magnetic and basically take off in terms of getting the amount of followers that you want, or maybe just getting clients that you desire in your business. So thank you so much for watching. Feel free to reach out to me if you have anything that you want to ask me, any questions, or if you want to sign up for a sales strategy session. All right, bye. Thanks so much for watching.